What is going on, guys? Jonathan here with another video for Crazy Shadow 303. This is a special video, basically something that I've just heard, and it's really annoyed me given the events of the past week. So I was just preparing my video for the preview of match week 6, which starts tomorrow and continues on through to Monday. And checking all the fixtures on BBC Sport, and I come across this news article on BBC Sport, and it says that Pep Guardiola, manager of Manchester City, says that the Carabao Cup, who they beat us to knock us out of the Carabao Cup over the midweek, he said it's a waste of energy. Now, how on earth could he say something like that? I mean, apparently Jose Mourinho says the same thing as well. Well, they beat Burton Albion. Guardiola's Manchester City beat us. So if you're not happy with the competition, then obviously, why knock us out of it? And it's really annoyed me after losing to a team like that. Yet fair play, they completely outclassed us in the first half, and that's pretty much what done it. We came back in the second half a bit and pulled it back to 2-1, and we could have made it 2-2 or even 3-2. But after fighting so hard, and eventually losing and getting knocked out of that competition, imagine how the Albion fans feel and the Albion players after doing something like that, and then finding out that the manager of the team that beat you turns around and says the competition is a waste of time. It is absolutely horrendous, guys. I mean, yeah, he's complaining about fixture stacking and that because Manchester City are in the Premiership. They're going to be entered into the FA Cup. They're in the Champions League as well, and they're still in the League Cup. So 4 competitions, right? Now, if he's complaining about fixture stacking, then, words fail me. I mean, after a match like Wednesday, to come out and say it's a waste of time. Same with Mourinho. I mean, Burton Albion, okay, you'd expect Manchester United to beat Burton Albion anyway. But, imagine Burton Albion as well hearing that, Both West Bromwich Albion and Burton Albion, let's face it, aren't as big as Manchester United, Manchester City. These are teams that pretty much are expected to win silverware every single year, United and City, as well as Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool and Tottenham, the so-called Big Six. And, it's just mad. I mean, I couldn't believe what I was reading. And, as I said, for a team like us, who put our heart and soul into at least the second half of that game, to hear something like that, it's kind of an insult to us, in my opinion. It's an insult to West Bromwich Albion. It's an insult to Burton Albion. What I would suggest then, if they don't want to be in the League Cup, right, then basically, if your team's in the Champions League, you don't qualify for the League Cup. If your team's in the Europa League, you don't qualify for the League Cup. So we're talking about the top 8 teams who are not in top seven teams, who aren't in the League Cup, right? So based on last year's positions, that's Chelsea all the way down to Arsenal or Everton, right? So that would mean that if they don't want to be in the League Cup, because they've got Champions League duties and Europa League duties, then in all honesty, based on last year's league positions, we finished 10th. We'd be one of the favourites to win it, as well as Southampton and, teams like that. So we'd be the highest ranked teams in that competition, in the League Cup. And as well, whoever wins the League Cup automatically gets into the third qualifying round of the Europa League anyway. So it would be a chance for teams like West Bromwich Albion to get into, into Europe. That would be a route for West Bromwich Albion. That would be a route for Southampton, And it just amazes me to hear someone who literally just beat us in that competition say that that competition is a waste of time and a waste of energy. Unbelievable, guys. Yeah, if you don't want to be in the competition, why flipping beat us, It probably would have been easier for Manchester City to, lose to us, and then they wouldn't have to worry about it again for the rest of the season. They could concentrate on the Champions League. But instead, we're out of the competition, they're still in it, and they're the ones complaining. Same with United, and I feel for Burton Albion as well, having to lose to Man United, and hear Mourinho say that as well. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I had to get this video out because, I couldn't believe what I was reading. So it is a bit of a rant, I'm afraid. But yeah, what's your opinion on the Carabao Cup, the League Cup? Should it be that only the mid-table Premiership teams downwards, should they be the only teams to be entered into this cup? Or do you think it is right with what Guardiola and Mourinho are saying, and it is a waste of time and energy? I mean, granted, you've got all the logistics of travelling there and back and everything, but, should there be a rule that if your team's in the Champions League or in the Europa League, to take the pressure off, you don't enter the League Cup? Just leave the League Cup for mid-Premiership table downwards. Because then that would honestly give the rest of us a chance to break into Europe as well. Not just them 6 or 7 hogging all the Champions League, Europa League spaces. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll get the Match 6 preview done tonight. It will be uploaded. As I said, I was going through all that when I spotted this article, so I just had to get a little bit of a rant out there. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you later in the preview video. And yeah, thanks, guys. Bye for now.